Okay. Hello, everyone. Chris, hello. Art Deco, hello. Snickerdoodle, hello. Hello. How is everyone tonight? Show Reese, hello. Gone. It's that lingering cough from a cold you just can't get rid of. I don't care what I'm taking. Hello, Michelle Reese. Sorry I wasn't here last night, y'all. Electric out. It went out like a little bit before 9, and then they decided to turn it back on around sometime between 2:30, something like that. So, and then I fell asleep in bed. I was just laying there. My cell phone's almost dead. It's in the red. Nothing to do. Couldn't charge it. So is everyone doing all right tonight? Or am I frozen? I think I might be frozen. I don't know. We can see. Alrighty. Alright. So okay. Alrighty. It's okay. I've been dealing with cluster headaches since last night and pretty much off and on all day today. Oog. Oh, Snicker. I hate to hear that. I really do. We've been dealing with, we have wind advisory until 1 a.m. It's been all day. And oh my gosh. I was listening to it earlier today. Jeez, cow. We had steady gusts. Columbus was, we had steady winds of around 30 miles an hour. Columbus had 35. And then we had gusts up to 45, 50 miles an hour. And trust me, the street looks like it. And then it rained so hard. So, Todd B, hello. How are you? I was trying to find my black tie, and I don't know where it's at. Nina had it last, but I thought she put it back. So, I don't know. Found my eye patch, though. It's right there. So, anyway. Cindy Lopez, hello. I'm just waiting a few minutes, and then we'll get into tonight's show. I'm okay. Thanks for asking. Joe went live. Yeah, he just went live. I just got the notification for it just now. I'm like, what the heck? Joe cracks me up. Snickers has been like that here too, Les. It was almost 70 degrees. Tomorrow and Thursday is going to freeze. Same here. We're going to be 31 overnight. I'm like, boom, and that's like the high. So I'm like, oh my God, we went from 60 to 30 in one day. Todd B says, hello, Art Deco, Station Ace. So, 19 here tomorrow night, jeez. I don't know what's supposed to be tomorrow night. I just know the high tomorrow is 31. And I'm like, what the hell? Connie Baldwin, hello. How are you? I wish Chris would get his butt back in here because he texted me and I was busy, and then I got showered. There he is. Chris, is there a way if that I can like take this green screen and like if I put nails in the wall hanging on the wall rather than have it on this stick? Chris, hello. I said hello earlier, but apparently you weren't here. Because this thing is the only thing holding it back is the table. It's wanting to move forward. And it's in there. As you can well see, it's in there right. So if there's a way that I can like put nails up and just because you know it's got that lip and I can just hang it on that. Open the legs on the bottom. I keep hitting the legs on the bottom. That's the problem. Sticker to hope everybody doing okay. I'll open them up, but I can't afford to push this desk much further because thing's already this far from the wall. Now if I want to get in there and then make that into a sound booth, I gotta be able to get to it. Greggy Huffman, my future ex-husband, hello. Todd B's like, Chris, just go over there. Yeah, life would be better. He needs to move back to high. But no. He wants to stay 3 hours from me. Okay. If you put it on the wall, your camera has to be pointed toward that entire green. It will be. Oh, and because I'm pushing out and I'll have this ended up turning this and be able to sit up my desk the right way. And that's the problem with the legs. So I will be sitting straight to it. I will be. I just have it catty corner because I have like one of those corner desks. And I just felt like sitting this way. It was 80 today here. Where are you from? Yeah, I think Connie said it was 70 where she's at. This is a crazy summer. I mean, crazy winter. But it's going to get cold here pretty soon. Yeah, I thought Connie was from Texas. Oh, this thing in my throat. It's just been a funky day today. 1 minute shining, sun's shining, 1 minute's not. Looks eerie out, and then the sun will come out. Then it looks eerie out. Oh my god, this was middle of summer. I'd swear it was twister weather, but it's not. Don't have the right feel to it. I said, where we have summer. Yeah, Connie, I don't think you guys have to deal with like 30-degree weather or stuff like that. Todd B says, Les, how will you use the green screen? Oh, in many, many, many ways. Connie's like, always summer. Sylvia Martinez, hello. How are you? Not that often, Les, says Connie. My green screen will be used for many things that I will be doing with my live chats. Chris and I are excited. Should put one of your lights up and turn it on. I don't have it on the poles yet. I have no idea what all these extra parts are for. Sylvia says 76. Connie says, I think it was supposed to cool down here in the next few days. I'm getting my fireplace ready. I'm actually, once I do the fireplace, because I got to take down all the, I got to take down the tree and everything. We were supposed to do it the other day, Monday. I didn't do it because I was waiting for Nina and Gabby come over and everything. Well, anyway, but I am going to take video of my fireplace and I'm going to put it on the background. It's cool here too. My dumbass actually went outside because it was warm. Went outside with my PJs, slippers, t-shirt, no coat, no, just got back. If you can believe that bullshit. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh shit, it got cold. But nothing on the order of a blue northern, as my mom used to call it. Yeah, it's really windy here now too. I don't think we're having the 45, 50 mile an hour wind gusts right now, but we did about an hour and a half ago. I was like, holy shit. It was rattling the hell out of the windows in the fireplace. I actually like listening to it through the fireplace. Liz, I did the same thing. Eric Garcia, hello. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, watch. I'll catch pneumonia now. That's what I call pneumonia. I got pneumonia. Especially when I wake up in the morning, I'm really stuffy and everything. My eyes are all like this. And it's like, I got pneumonia. Let's see, check on your Christmas lights yet? No, I'm doing it tomorrow. I was supposed to do it yesterday. Same here, Chris. It's about 30 here. 30 miles an hour. I was supposed to do it yesterday because Nina and Gabby was coming over and everything. We were just going to make a big old thing of it, but they didn't show up yesterday, today, but tomorrow. They'll be here tomorrow evening. They're just helping me run the house. And Nina wants to come see Gamma, so we got to wait till she's out of school. So, but the boys get to stay home. And I'm like, oh, man, I want little badass Zach. He is such a bad kid. He is badass. He's not a baby kid, but he's badass. Yeah, I got to get our tree down, too. Yeah, everything's the living room. All the shit's on the couch, ready to go. I ought to do it. Go ahead and do it. Let us know electricity last night. Yeah, I told him that. I had no electricity last night, so Greg Evans said tree. I knew what you meant, Greggy. So I'm not, well, I am in a hurry, but I'm not in a hurry. I am and I'm not. I am because I love my place all cleaned up and then open up the big picture window when it's snowing outside and lighting a fireplace, drinking my hot chocolate. I can just sit there for hours just thinking about nothing. No TV on, nothing. Just looking outside. And one of these days, I was telling Lisa one time a while ago, I said, if you're out in the country and you can't hear anything, and I'm talking in the country where you can hear a cow fart a mile away. If you're out in the country, you can actually hear snowfall. So I said I'd record it one day. And I'm going to. And just put it on loop. You can actually hear snowfall. And I love that sound. Dead serious. I love that sound. Craigie said, that's true, Liz. That's true. It really is. You can hear snowfall. So hopefully I'll have a treat for y'all this winter. I'll play that on the green screen. But the green screen's going to hold like game nights, conspiracy nights, whatever, all that kind of stuff. I'll be on OBS, and we're going to get that sucker fired up. And there's just so much. I can't describe what'll be done. It's just going to be what's going to happen on LEZ'S channel this week. That kind of thing. And I wish I had it running now because we are going to talk about another subject besides Ed Gein. Totally off. Ed Gein, totally like opposite. But then again, not. I mean, you'll find out. We're going to talk about another subject that it's off Ed Gein type of thing, but it still goes along with violence and stuff like that. But yeah. So let's see. It's 12:15. I think we should get started on the Ed Gein story. The reason why I want to do this really quick is because I want to get through it really quick. Ed Gein, or GEIN, it's GEIN, GEIN. It is one of those things that truly, he is, in his story, there's not a lot to the story, though. There's really not a lot. But it turns my stomach. Vintage Gal, hello. How are you? Ed Gein really, really turns my stomach. I made sure I ate really early today, which I did. And maybe my stomach can handle it afterwards. I know some about Ed Gein. Yeah, there's really not a whole lot. But this dude... really turns my stomach. Literally, I have gotten sick before reading about him. And but it was brought to my attention, of course, back. I've got the first notification of it back in October that somebody saw a documentary. Vinny Spider, hello. It was and it's on the list to be done. It was requested, so we're doing it. And I would have done it last night. Did he make lampshades? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. We're going to get to all that. I'm just getting ready to get started. Yeah, I know who you're talking about, Les. He is the guy that sparked 3. Well, there's been like 20-some movies made about him, honestly and truthfully. But 3 of the famous ones, as we all know of, is he sparked Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and we'll get into how he sparked that one. But it's not directly, but it is sparked by him. Silence of the Lambs, that story is interesting on how it sparked that one. And there are parts of him in there. And of course, one of the most famous, Crazy Freud would have had a heyday with him. Oh, yeah. Well, in this case, he can say it was his mama's fault. Of course, Psycho. That is totally based on Ed Gein. Totally based on Ed Gein. Cleaned up, but totally based on Ed Gein. And they're all 3 different aspects of him. Psycho was inspired by his story. He was a real sicko. Yes, it was. But we'll get to how Ed Gein sparked that. And we'll get to how the BSU unit, the federal BSU unit, just loves him. Just loves him. So let's get ready. from now on, I think I'm going to go through OBS to do all my Murder Mystery Mondays. Because first of all, I can play a great intro on it, and hopefully it'll show up here. I have to get with Chris. Hopefully it'll show up on this screen. And we did a great intro for my murder mysteries. So I'm going to be doing that on the green screens and everything. So let me get my little studies on. There we go. So, and after we get done with the Ed Gein, we'll have a little talk about it, see what y'all think. And then we're going to get into something else that it's funny, but it's not. It is violent, but not. I'm going to slash you up violent kind of thing. It has to do with the violence. You guys, you'll find out. You'll find out. Sarah Rushton, hello. How are you? And Linnell Sorg, hello. How are you? So here we go. Ed Gein. Some people say GEIN. I used to say GEIN all the time about it. It is GEIN. Just EIN. Always say GEIN. Well, anyway, Ed Gein was born in 1906. Ooh, cliffhanger. Yeah. And I'm actually going to be doing a video on what we're going to be talking about too. So I've already downloaded one clip. I need a few more. Well, anyway, he was born in 1906 in Wisconsin. I think La Crosse, Wisconsin. His father, George, was an alcoholic and abusive. He died in 1940. His mother, Augusta. I want to get into her. I need to find out if there's any information on her. Well, anyway, she was a fanatical religious mother. Yeah, you all notice a lot of things stem from that. She was deep into her Puritan views and values, and on the sins of lust and carnal knowledge. No. Henry, his brother, was 8 years older than he was. His mother was probably stranger than he was, probably. And I really want to see if there's anything on her. And I want to see. Well, yeah, Henry died, but anyway. So Augusta, Ed and Henry's mother. His mom reminds me of the movie Carrie. That's exactly what I thought. So Augusta owned a grocery store. And from what I gather about Augusta is that she was not only, heavy into her Puritan views and this and that, blah, blah, blah. She was a tyrannical mom. She was totally in charge of that family, 100%. And what she said went. There was no questioning her at all. She ruled. She ruled. And when I say she ruled, she ruled. And, of course, the dad, he may have been an alcoholic and abusive to the boys. He wasn't going to be abusive to the mama. So he took it out on the boys, And Ed was 34 when he finally died. He was abusive to the kids till then. Well, they're grown men now, by the time he died. Yeah, I love the movie Carrie too. You were near what is it, Plainville? Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, so she was the one who controlled the money. She was the one that controlled that family, and she was the one that owned that grocery store. Well, she sold it. She sold the grocery store. Did it say what year? Plainfield. And if it did, I forgot to write it down. Well, anyway, she sold it, and she moved the family outside of Plainfield. Moved them out onto a 200-acre ranch, or a farm, I should say. Yeah, it was Plainfield. Couldn't remember. Top of my head, yeah. She moved them all out there outside of town. And the family just stays secluded out on that farm. She's extremely domineering, and the mom was extremely domineering, and outside of going to school, they never left that farm. They never left it. They really weren't allowed. The mom kept telling the boys that women were the source of all evil, and that Zorg, hello, how are you? Mom was the source. The women were the source of all evil. We were all whores, y'all. All us women, we were all whores and skanks and everything, infected with disease and shit like that. All except for his mama. Mama's the only plain one. So they kind of grew up with kind of a warped sense and sense of like sex is bad and no carnal knowledge and this and no form of affection and things like that. They did not get that. Ed and his brother did not get that. They didn't get the mama's affection. No, no. And there's something to be said in that, y'all. If you notice, when a lot of serial killers, not saying all of them, but a lot of them, they're brought up that way and they're like, and they go crazy. It's not normal, of course, as we all know. The father died in 1940, so the boys went and did odd jobs to make money. Well, they're finally allowed off the ranch, so to speak. They were on the farm. They were finally allowed to leave. They did odd jobs. And this is where I believe Henry really began to rebel against his mother. While they were doing this, because like I said, they were Simon Paul, hello. How are you? Because like I said, they other than going to school, and Ed dropped out. I believe Henry already did it. Ed dropped out of the 7th grade and he was 14 years old. And he dropped out of school. But he was not a bad student. He excelled in reading. He loved to read. He truly did. And he loved to read. But he was not good wasn't the best student. He wasn't bad. He was average. He was not a slow person in any way, shape, or form. Quiet, yes. Reclusive, yes. This and that. But he was not somebody who was slow at all. So I don't want people to think that, he was a blooming idiot. He was not. Quite contrary. He loved to read. Oh, Simon, thank you. Everybody give Simon a clap. Thank you, Simon. Thank you. So they're going out. And I have a feeling Henry, before then, kind of had this idea that his mom was nuts. I'm serious, y'all. I get this feeling that he kind of is like, I want to get out of here, The abusive man is gone, it's just his mom. And Henry started talking to Ed. Well, we do know later, or even then, he was known to adore his mother. He loved his mother. He worshiped the ground she walked on. It was all about Mama. Mommy dearest in true form. It's all about Mama. So Henry started talking to Ed about leaving and started speaking out against his mother. And Ed, like I said, he's devoted to his mom. So he's not liking what he's hearing. He's not saying nothing. Ed's always been a quiet dude. Everybody always said he was quiet. Said he was nice, this and that. He was to look at him and to talk to him, he's just an average Joe. He was quiet. He was quiet though. Well, in 1944, there was a brush fire on their farm, and they say they don't know how it started. Nobody knows how it was started. Les, do you think we may have been gay? Greg, I know you and I are gay. I already know that, baby. That's why we make the perfect couple. Well, anyway, I think so too. I think he was made that way, but I'll tell you why in a minute. I know what you meant, Greg. I'll tell you why in a minute. I think he was made that way. Olivia Wright, hello. Yeah, I was just looking his movie up the other day. Welcome, Olivia Wright. Welcome to the lounge. My name is Les. I think you might have been here before, though. Maybe not. I can't remember right offhand. So in 1944, this brush fire happens on this 200-acre land. Ed and Henry go running out. You got to understand. Look at this. See, I thought you were here before. You got to understand, there was no running water, no electricity or anything on this farm. So they're sitting here having to pump the water and try to put it out, but they couldn't. So Ed takes off to go get help. And he says, I don't know. Hi, Olivia. I don't know. Ed says, I don't know where my brother is. I don't know where my brother is. We got this fire on my land. So everybody goes out there, you know. And they go out there and he takes them straight to the body. Well, here's Henry dead. The fire's put out. Henry's dead. And they look at him after a while, and they're really looking at Henry, and they're like, first they thought, you know, he died in a fire, but there was some suspicious injuries, is how it was put. But they didn't think Ed would do it. He was too timid. He was a small man. He was only, I think he was only 5'5". Rechargeable, hello. Hey, Liz, can't sleep. Happy hour on. Gonna listen to your voice. All right, Reachable. You go, girl. So Ed, they said Ed couldn't have done it, and there's too much tragedy from 4 years. He lost his dad, now his brother. It's just him and his mom. You know, his mom, of course, sitting there crying, my son, my son. So they never did any more investigation to it. So now it's just Ed and his mom. Well, Ed, devoted to his mother, waited on his mom. You know, he was still doing odd jobs. He even babysat for people. I mean, this is how unassuming. He was a little guy. I think he was only 5'5", and he was little. He wasn't a chunky man at all. And he did odd jobs, and they said when he did his job, that he did it well. You didn't have to go back and fix it because he did it right the first time, you know? And he made nice money doing that. Not a lot, but nice enough to keep him going and comfortable and stuff like that. And then his mom had a stroke. Well, can you imagine how Ed felt? You know, his mom had a stroke, but he took care of his mother. He took care of his mother. He was devoted to mommy. You know, purely devoted to mommy. And then 5 years after Henry's death, his mom had a second stroke. And a few months after that, she died. Well, Ed's devastated. That was his whole world. He had nobody telling him what to do anymore. He didn't know how to live. Didn't know. He had no idea how to live without his mom. So he ended up getting what we call Social Security. So he didn't have to work as much and anything like that. And he didn't have to really take care of the farm. He was wild looking man, very out there. To me, he was not wild looking. He was a normal guy. He was just a normal guy. We think he's freaky now because of what he did, but if you look at his pictures, he's not a freaky guy. He just looks like some dude. Scotty Sarin, hello. So So now he's at home, doesn't know what to do. His mom's gone. And one of the first things he does is that he frequents a tavern. And yeah, because if you didn't know then, he looked normal. He to the day he died, he looked normal to me. But what is a serial killer or what is a thing like that supposed to look like, really? Um, so he frequented a tavern. I forget the name of the tavern. I don't think it's really said. Maybe it did. I forget the name of it. So he frequented a tavern, and the owner of the tavern, her name was, what is it, Mary Hogan? Yep. And this woman looked like his mother. Well, he's missing Mama to the utmost, and she looked like his mother. Now, is this when it started? I don't know. Did he already have these feelings inside of him to do what he did next? I would imagine so. But did he always have them? I don't know. I know after his mother died, he started reading books on anatomy and shit like that. But they said he was always interested in that kind of stuff. He was interested in torture and things like that. Well, anyway, that gone it. Excuse me, folks. I should have turned my mic off. Well, Mary Hogan ends up missing. And nobody knows where she's at. And they looked. So he's in town, visiting the water holes, and or friends or whoever he was talking to. Or I shouldn't say friends. They were all acquaintances. You know, he never really had friends. He wasn't allowed to have friends. And they were talking about Mary Hogan, and he flat out told them, she's up at my place. Nobody believed him. They're like, yeah, right, Ed. Because he's a very petite, quiet man. I think he always did, but something was triggered for him to actually follow through. I think so. I'm here, hun, listening. Can't see chat too well tonight, just listening. All right, Spirit Wolf, hello. And thank you for coming. So after Mary Hogan, this is what we know. Then there's things we found out after the fact. So after Mary Hogan, he goes around doing his same old thing, working, babysitting, alone time at the farmhouse, doing his thing. You know, 3 years later, another woman goes missing. Warden. Let's see. Yep. Bernice Warden, Warden. In 1957, she went missing. The thing with this Warden is, Warden owned a local store, and like a hardware store, that kind of thing. And he had came in that morning to check on the price of antifreeze. Well, her son was there, Frank, who happened to be a deputy sheriff. But this was a big hunting day for the town. So later on that morning, there was nobody in town. No one. They all went in and did their hunting, and they hunted for food. And that's why they went. It was a big hunting day. Well, Ed comes in to get antifreeze, and he bought his antifreeze. And when Bernice looked out the window and stuff, Ed had taken a rifle off the shelf. He brought with him his own bullet, put one in the chamber, and shot her in the back of the head. Well, now there's a pool of blood. So now there's two ways people say he left that store. One story is that he picked her up, took the cash register, and there was money on the floor and the receipt, and put her in her own truck, drove her out of town where he had his truck, transferred her, and then drove home. Another report says that same thing, but put her in his own truck and just drove straight home. But either way, the scene was the same. A pool of blood, a cash register missing, antifreeze was logged in their book, and Bernice is gone. So when her son gets back, of course, her son being the deputy sheriff, there's something wrong. We gotta find Mama. Well, he's the one who said, check Ed GEIN. He came in checking on price of antifreeze. Now, some reports say that her son Frank was the one who found her. Other reports say there was another guy who found her. There must have been 7 people who found her all at the same time, same way. And we just know an officer of the law, there was a couple of them, went to the farm. The house was locked up. But the woodshed wasn't. The workshop wasn't. And it was in the back of the house. So they went in with flashlights. Like I said, there's no electricity, no water, no nothing. Went to the house, they had their flashlights, and they're looking around, and an officer backed into an object. He turned around. Nicole, hey, hello. Turned around, and there was a body. Strung up, gutted like it was a deer. A few seconds later, they found the head. And it was Bernice Warden. Well, of course, you know, that went through town like wildfire. And the chief said, where's Ed? Well, they finally hunted him down, and there he was in town. He was having dinner at a friend's house. Yeah, I'm not showing none of this stuff. I had contemplated showing the pictures. I'm not doing it. That's half the reason why I didn't go at OBS. This stuff was too gruesome, and they actually published these pictures. I could not believe it. Her gutted and everything. I'm like, so they found out where he was at. He was at a friend's house. He was eating dinner, and they arrested him over there, took him to the jail. And Ed sat in jail, didn't say a word. He was just calm, cool, and collected. Yep. They arrested him at his friend's house where he was eating dinner. Yet, it's some crazy pics. Yeah, I can't post. I cannot show the pics. It's just thinking about looking at that one alone makes me want to hurl. So he sits there, and they said, get a warrant for the house. They got a warrant for the house. Well, like I said, they're all with flashlights, this and that. Oh, they're not. You know, the victim was freshly gutted. He didn't have time to do anything with it. They went into the home. And what those gentlemen found, I will say some of the stuff that I can stomach saying. The other stuff you guys are just going to have to look because it is unbelievable. There was the lampshade of skin. There was a chair. Of skin. Some say there was a couch, some say there wasn't. The skulls, top of the skulls, were used as donkey bowls and eating bowls. The rest stuff you guys are going to have to look. Sending says no, he didn't eat the victims. No, come to find out, he ate some parts of the victims, the ones that he killed. I will not. The rest of the stuff I cannot stomach to say. I cannot stomach to say the rest. So they went back to the jail cell, and Ed was there, and I guess he was sitting there for 30 hours. And so they said, Ed, what happened? He didn't say anything. And then he said, well, we found the body of Mrs. Warden. And he said, if you give me, this is what he said, I would like to have a piece of apple pie with some cheddar cheese on top. I'll tell you everything you need to know. And he did. They gave him his pie. He ate it. Sat there calmly. Told him everything he did. And he said, I'm the one who did Holden too. And it's a good thing he admitted that one, because the officers, there's a couple officers still there. And this one officer was looked in a bag, and all he saw was tuft of hair. He pulled it out, and there was her face. He wore it as a mask. He had women's suits made by women parts. Well, anyway, he's sitting there in interrogation. He told them everything from Hogan on. And they said, well, how many people did you kill? There's a lot of bodies there. And he said, I only killed the 2. He said, the rest, I went and robbed the graves. And they're like, what? And he hired somebody to help him to take the women out. And that's what he used. He said, I only killed 2 people. But he figured these women's bodies that he took reminded him he would look at the obituaries of who died. And if they looked like his mama, he went and robbed them. He just literally robbed him. Yeah, Connie, I'm going to get to all that. I'm going to tell you how they're all connected to him. So he was matter of fact with it. He was honest with it. They tried to say that he killed like 16, 17 people. Look, he already said he killed 2 and he grave robbed. He was matter of fact. He was honest about everything. He was like, what's the big deal? He would have told him if he killed 16 people. What year was this? This was in 50. Was that in? Yep, that was in 57. And I think his trial started in 58 and ended in 59, something like that. He would have told him everything. He was calm, cool. He said, give me a piece of apple pie with cheddar cheese. I'll tell you everything you need to know. He never lied, and he never admitted to any more. You'd think he would after all these years. Well, anyway, he went to trial, and he was found insane, and he was sent to Central State Hospital in 1958. So he went to Central State Hospital in 1958. They said, this guy's bonkers. I cannot describe how awful and terrible those pictures are. And I cannot believe they published them. That's what's... So he was in Central State Hospital, mental ward, of course, he's in mental, for 10 years. They said, yep, he's sane enough now. And he went back 10 years later. Rob McGregor, hello. How are you? He went back 10 years later, and they said, you're guilty. But he was found guilty by reason of insanity, so he got sent back to Central State Hospital. Now, while there, in the first 10 years, they were... Wow. So the first 10 years he was in a state hospital, he was just honest and told them anything they wanted to know, and he gave no problems, model patient. But when he went back, they found him guilty, and but they sent him right back to the Central State Hospital mental institution. So in the first 10 years, though, they were selling his property. And mysteriously, the property was being sold. And it was rumored that it was going to be turned into a museum. The town didn't want it. They said, look, we're already being overrun by press and people anyway. We can't even drive down our streets. You get stuck in traffic. People are coming to look at this house. Well, it was due for auction. Some people say, at this point, some people say this event, what's happened next, happened the day before, and some people say happened a week before. It depends on which resident you talk to there. The point is, right before the auction, it burnt down. Well, the fire department took their time getting there. The thing went up in smoke. It was demolished. But one thing remained of Ed's that did not burn was his truck. And some guy bought his truck. He was some carnival owner. And he actually put it under tent, and you had to pay like a nickel to go see Ed Gein's truck. So, now some people say that there's a museum that has his truck. Some people say there's no museum to Ed Gein whatsoever. I don't know. If there is one, I can pretty much guarantee it's not in that town. Pretty much guarantee it. So in the he was in Central State Hospital, had trial, was sent back until the late 70s. He was transferred to Mendota Mental Health Institute. He was still in a mental hospital. And in 1984, on July 26th, he finally died of cancer. But they said the whole time that he was in the mental institution, he was perfect. Maybe Ridley, believe it or not, I don't know. I wouldn't want to see it. Some people are morbid that way. I don't know. I thought it was eventually destroyed, but you know. Well, anyway, they said while he was mental institute, he was perfect. He was a perfect person. Never gave anybody any problems. He had responsibilities. He did his thing, but he was being told what to do, just like his mom did to him. Because when he went to trial, the doctor said he knows what he did and he'll do it again. Because he doesn't think there's anything wrong with it. He knows what he did, but he doesn't think there's anything wrong with it. He said he will continue to keep doing it. And so he's found crazy again. And so he died in a mental institute. You know, he never got out of a mental institution. That's where he was comfortable. Yeah, he would. I think he would have been comfortable in a regular jail. I think he would have, because it was structured and he was told what to do and he was safe there. He didn't know how to live on his own. Imagine he was babysitting. Oh my God. Yeah, I don't think he had a thing for kids. He had a thing for women to look like his mama. Kids were too young. What's he want to do with kids? You know. But what's interesting to me is that some of the women, after he was arrested and found out all this shit, I don't like the way he looked at me. It made me look weird. But yet you hired the man to fix your home and you were fine with him. Oh, he was a nice guy. You know, small lamps. I shouldn't laugh at that. Yeah, I shouldn't laugh at that. But he chose women who look like his mama. And so, Olivia, right? That made me laugh. Yeah, I shouldn't. But the stuff he did, it was so freaking atrocious. Hollywood can't even emulate how it was. They can't. And what's interesting is that the writer of Psycho actually lived like 30 minutes from there. 30 miles, something like that. So he went and he investigated. And that's how he wrote Psycho. But he wrote it with the vantage point of his relationship with his mother. You know, and of course, you know, came out Psycho the Killer and stuff. It was nothing like his farm or anything, you know, because Psycho, he had the hotel there and this and that. But the relationship with his mother, because when Ed's mother died, he boarded up her room and it was pristine. Dusty, but it was pristine. Everything else was shit in the house. But her room was perfect. And just like in Psycho, you know. And so the author that wrote that, Brox, I think his name was, lived near there. He wrote it from the vantage point of his relationship with his mother. Now, with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where Ed Gein was an influence in that movie, was the fact that nothing in the movie was the way it was on Ed Gein's farm, except for the fact that he wore, you know, the skin, you know, and wore the faces and would just collect body parts and stuff like that. That was loosely based on Ed Gein, the original Leatherface, and which is what Ed Gein is known for. What do you think causes this? Born weird or upbringing? His mom or perfect mix? So creepy. I've seen the pictures you were talking about. Some of them were even shown on TV at the time. I can't imagine. Yeah, I can't imagine. That's just gross. Now, the Silence of the Lambs. He was in there, and it was so fascinating how that came about. Because the guy, he went to the behavioral psych unit. And this is when they were just first starting out. And they didn't have any go yet, you know. Cops weren't sure. The behavioral unit from the FBI. So they solved a couple cases. And they started to get a go. Well, this writer was there from the very beginning before they were solving cases for New York. And the part of Hannibal Lecter was written from one of their murders that they had. And he had this thing with moths, butterflies. And he laid out his victim as a butterfly. So if you remember when Anthony Hopkins or Hannibal Lecter escaped that jail and he had that guy, the prison guard, hung up as a butterfly, you know, and that Wild Bill was Jane Gum. Wild Bill loved butterflies, and that's where that came from. But when he came up with the character Hannibal Lecter, he had to come up with something just as gruesome for the how would you call him? The bad guy they're looking for. Julie Brown, hello. He had to come up with something really gruesome. And to this very day, in 2019, Ed Gein is still a favorite among the behavioral unit because they still can't figure him out. They have figured him out, but it is one of their favorite cases because they're still learning from him. And that's who was Wild Bill. That was Ed Gein all the way. But it was this guy, and he researched this for years. And then he wrote Silence of the Lambs. But, yeah. Unbelievable. Of course, like I said, I think there was 22, 24 movies that were actually sprung from this. But the most famous ones are Psycho, Chainsaw Massacre, and Silence of the Lambs. So that happens to be one of my favorite movies. I wondered what the thing with the gums and everything were, what the butterflies and everything were, but I did not know it was from a certain case that this writer was there on. He was helping the BSU. He was like, he was in the back, and he was helping him by writing and chronicling, and then that's when New York started using him more and more, is when they solved that first case, and then they just started to get momentum. Did he have a split personality? I mean, he must have. No, he did not. He did not have a split personality. Said he was schizophrenic. And a couple other things, but the biggest one was that he was schizophrenic. But there's really not a lot on him. Pretty much what I told you is what is known. Because nobody wanted to remember it. What am I snacking on? My little Santa Clauses. I got one left. Nobody wants to remember him. Because I don't think there has been another killer that bad. I really don't. I don't think there's been another killer that's atrocious. Disgusting. I mean, there's no words. And there was also Red Dragon. Francis Dollar, grandmother was abusive, but I am not sure that he took the skin. Hannibal was in Red Dragon too. Red Dragon was also loosely based on that because of the book. But that's where it came from. That's where it came from. Was it's I mean, there's been a lot of killers who have done a lot of disgusting things. And Silence of the Lambs is one of my favorite movies. But this guy, I won't go no deeper into it than what I have. I can't stomach it. I can't. Jeffrey Dahmer comes to mind. Oh, yeah. There's been plenty, but I can handle Jeffrey Dahmer. I can really handle Jeffrey Dahmer. I can't Ed Gein. Dahmer did some really nasty shit. But when it comes to gore and shit like that, Ed Gein takes the cake. He's known as the grandfather of them all. He fed his neighbor a human sandwich. Oh, yeah. Nasty. But Ed Gein is known as the grandfather of them all. Dead serious. You know, there was not a lot about him. He was just a regular person in the mental ward. He was there from the time he was arrested to the time he died. And apparently Ed did eat a few body parts. Go figure. We know he well, of course, some dispute or whatever, but they did say, well, Warden's liver was missing. They found all of his parts, except all of her parts, except the liver. The liver was gone. So, yeah. Oh my God. But that's Ed Gein for you. That's about as deep as I'm going into him. He loved his mother, but I have a feeling there was a little resentment towards his mom there because of the girl thing. Because he did tell them in prison he wanted a sex change. He wanted to be a woman. But yet he liked women, but he was afraid of women. But he wanted to be a woman. And that's why he made the vest of the upper part, and he had it with some fava beans and a nice Kiani. Didn't she sexually abuse him? No, there was never anything said about sexual abuse by her. And as much as they put out about him, she badmouthed constantly, but he was her favorite. He was her favorite. But as much as I read on him and as much as crap as they were putting out, you would think that would be said, but it wasn't even hinted. Yeah, his mom told him that the sex was bad, and and when you take a child and you make them go against human nature, shit happens. I'm sorry. I mean, no offense, and I hate to bring up this family, but everybody knows this family. Like the Duggars, holding hands, no this and that. Well, look how fucked up their kids are. And then they're getting married and shit like that, and playing with your sisters and their friends, and then he's off doing his Ashley, whatever that thing is, Ashley something, Ashley Madison, and then you got the sisters. They're marrying guys who, I mean, they court like 6 months and they're married, and then they just start having babies like jackrabbits. All she front hugged him. Well, she had her baby early. Well, that's what you get. Oh, jackrabbits. Yeah, I'm telling you. That's what you get. You hold back against human nature. And this is what happens. So when you sit there and tell your kid, no, this, and this, and this is no kissing, no hugs. Yeah. I couldn't live that way because I'd be like all up a hugging and a smidging and a holding hands and, touching and so yeah. So when you deprive a human from human nature, shit happens. But what gets me is the one who did molest the sisters was part of a family values thingy. What a hypocrite. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah, I know. That's what I said. Oh, I got into an argument with a friend. Well, actually, a group of people led by a few friends of mine here in real life, here. And who thought they were better than thou. And I said, little bastard needs to go to jail. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Les, God forgives, so we must forgive also. I said, look, God forgave David, but he still punished him. They had no response to that. None. And I said, David is God's favorite. He will rule Jerusalem in the end. He still punished him. Hello. So there you go. But family kept this a secret. They were just as guilty. Hell yeah. That's why their popularity went tanked. But the point is, anytime you, like Jim Bob and Michelle, they had normal lives. They were hugging and kissing and blah, blah, blah. Michelle was a little tart herself, showing skin, wearing bathing suits in the turlet. Exactly. But they expect their kids to do what they couldn't do. You can't do that. There's and apparently when you combine that with religious fervor of your puritanical ways and end up with a mom like that, yeah, something's about to snap. Something's going to snap. We're lucky it didn't snap when he was in his 20s. And we're lucky it was only X amount of years, you know. And so he says, great story for murder mystery. Thanks. Oh, you're welcome. I just can't go deeper into it because it will make me hurl. I just can't do it. The thought, and like I said, I can handle Jeffrey Dahmer. I can handle John Wayne Gacy. I can handle just about every serial killer out there. But I can't do Ed Gein. There has Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah, he ate the people. He had souvenirs, and he fed it to neighbors, this and that. But it's not as gruesome as Ed Gein. It is not as gruesome. Ed Gein there's a reason why he's called the grandfather of them all. And he was a nice guy. And I think that one of the daughters may be gay. Oh, so do I. I saw that the first time I saw her. I was like, oh, she's one of me. I wonder if they're going to try to pray to. I think that's what they've been doing, and I think that's what she's been doing, because that's what mommy and daddy want. I think she's as gay as I am. I think she has a girlfriend. I think she does some smoochy. There's an essay online from Nat Phelps, from the infamous Phelps protester family. I'm mentioning this because it wouldn't surprise me if the Duggars home life was like this. I will have to read that. LOL, Les. Which daughter? Most likely Ginger. No, the oldest daughter, Jana. Ginger's my favorite out of that family. You know why? She's a rebel. Yeah, Jana, the oldest one. I knew that. I was like, boom. I don't care. Read it. As can be imagined, it was very abusive and fled the house on his 18th birthday. I will have to read that. Let me write that down. What's it called again? Here's the name. Nat Phelps. All right, let me write that. Hold on. Nat Phelps. I might do a thing on that. Nat Phelps. There's a lot. Isn't Jana the oldest daughter who's never married? Yeah, that's the one that's gay. That's gay. You go, Ginger. She wears pants. She wears pants because her husband allows her to wear pants. He's like, go ahead. Jim Bob don't like that. That's why she moved states away. I don't blame her. And she took her time having kids. She didn't start out, boom. No, I think Ginger has a head on her shoulders. Many years ago, my sister said, you just know that at least one of those kids is going to be gay. Yeah, you go, girl. Wear your pants. Hell yeah. She not only wears pants, she wears shorts. She wears shit that her mom and dad would, or just, especially her dad, is just killing themselves over. And I'm like, that's why her and her husband, they're states away from them. So it's not like they're there every day. Which one of them you would think that one would be gay? Well, yeah, that's why I like Ginger so much. And so now all the other girls are like, wait a minute, what's Ginger doing? Hey. What's her twin's name? See, there's Ginger, and her twin's a bitch. I'm older than you and not married, and I'm not gay, just haven't found the man for me. But an unmarried person in their culture over age 20, clutch the pearls. Well, I'm not saying that because of how many kids there are. I'm just saying that because that is pure 100%. And my gaydar is broke. But I know that one is. My gaydar is broke as shit. I am dead serious. But I know Jana is. And that's pretty sad. I just think it was irresponsible for Michelle to continue having kids with blood pressure problems that she was having, and why the last one was born really early. And that's probably why she lost that one at the end. I know she's had a couple miscarriages. Got that right, Sarah. Oh, I'm not saying because you're older. No, I'm not saying that. Not never married. I'm not saying that. I do not think that at all. I don't think women who are older never married. No, because some women just don't want to be married. A few years after we graduated, I found out that one of the boys I had a crush on as a tween was from a family that was kind of like this. He wasn't interested in me, and I dodged the bullet, thank God. Some women just don't want to be married, just like some men don't want to be married. Look at Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. And they're both dinosaurs now. Some people just don't want to be married. And I can understand, but no. Jana is definitely... My daughter is 32, gay, does not want kids, never. Cannot talk her into it. She has not found a partner yet. Oh, I love Goldie. She is so cute. I've always loved Goldie Hawn. Some people are just plain old, not supposed to be partnered for that matter. Exactly. So I'm not saying it because of all that. I'm saying it because my gaydar is broken, even I know. Let's check out Twitter. Okie dokie. I will. I'll get ready. So yeah. But what I'm saying is if you deny, things happen. You know. I mean, it's not that. Don't push the kids issue. That's one decision you can't undo. I always wanted kids, but I couldn't have any. And I never felt right because I couldn't have kids. But I have no idea. But God seen to it that there was plenty of kids in my life. So there was a reason. There's always a reason. Always a reason. But when you deny, is that why you have the grandkids? I think so. And I had my nephews who I raised. So I think God said, you know what, there's plenty of kids coming your way that need you. So I might be an asshole on here, but I'm in real life, I know what I'm doing, so to speak. That's best for me in my situation. I'm not saying that my way works for everyone, but I do know that what I give is what is needed. And so, I have to do as my heart tells me to. She hates her period, and I have had to beg her just to keep her lady bits so she would not go through menopause too early. Aww. She's a softie with the grandkids, LEZ'S. Oh, well, yeah. I am. As long as they follow the rules. As long as they follow the rules. And Zach is starting to learn. When I call him, he comes. I may have to do it 2 or 3 times now, but when I go, Zach, he turns around and comes running with smiling, pick me up. And I'm like, oh. I didn't know you raised your nephews. That's a big commitment. Thank you very much from me on their behalf. Oh, well, thank you. They can't stand me now, but they will. They will one day because they'll understand. I don't play games. I'm not playing games with them. And if they don't like it, oh well, I haven't done anything to them, but I'm not playing their games. I'm like, no, it ain't happening. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know they'll come around. Ian's starting to come around. He's already contacted, and he wants to get back in the family. And I'm like, well, I'll welcome you with the open arms. I didn't do jack shit to you. But I ain't playing your game either. I don't. And you think they were raised with me. They know when I say no, I mean no. You know, you would think. They knew how. They've always known how I am. As long as you're within the rules, I don't care. I don't care what you do. As long as you're within the rules. You know, you go outside the rules. There's rules for a reason. You will be punished. And as they got to be adults, they thought they were funny and thought they were all grown. And I'm like I told Cameron, he talked to me pretty bad in front of a bunch of his friends, and he thought it was funny. And he took off when he wasn't supposed to leave. He finally came back. He was mad. Came back, and I said, I don't know who the fuck you're talking to. You're talking to me like I'm some punk ass bitch off the street. And he's felt bad. He felt bad ever since for doing that. You know, but then again, now he's older and he thinks he knows more than me. I'm like, well, you may know more than me then. But they'll come around. Ian's starting to come around. You know, so, and Cameron will. Cameron will too. And, you know, they just have to go through this phase. Like, I'm grown. Well, be grown on your own. I offered to send you to college. That's what I expected. Well, you didn't go to college, or you started and then you pissed it away. All right, that's fine. You going to work. Sorry, that's the way it is. Well, guess what? They both have decent jobs, and, you know, they work. And may not like me for it, but they'll learn. Their mom had undone everything I've done. So now, oh, I gotta check. I'm like in the middle of a live stream, so let me look. Oh man, oh snap! Are you serious? Oh man, you guys, I don't know if you can see this. This is what's going to be behind me for the judge show. When we do the judge show. Awesome. Can you guys see it? Connie, you have a good night. Thank you for coming. Yes, Chris, nice. I ain't gonna tell you what he did to that photo because I know. But that's awesome. Okay, thank you, Connie, for coming in. Thank you. This thing. Oh my god, that's one of the things I'm gonna be doing with my green screen. Now, there is a subject I want to talk about. And it's I heard about it when it first happened. And I'm actually gonna who here has seen the video of the guy beating up the McDonald's worker for not having a straw? That's how I'm doing it with my green screen. Oh man. I gotta get my shit set up. Can't wait. Can't wait. Okay, y'all have seen that? Did everybody in here hear about that? This guy beat up this girl. Well, come to find out, she was a teenage boxer. But did you guys see the way she was? Maggie Farrell, hello. Hello. We were just talking. I would have knocked the holy crap out of him. Oh, yeah. How you doing tonight, Maggie? We're talking about, I've asked everybody if they've seen the video of this guy beating up the McDonald's worker for not having a straw. Linnell Sorg, she whooped him. She was a teenage boxer, and girl, I watched that, and I was like, you go, girl, get him. Now, if you listen to that thing, you can hear her punching him right in the face. You can hear those punches land on his face. I am telling you. Now, me, on the other hand, I'm watching this. I'm like, girl, you gotta be shitting me. Get him, get him, get him. And I'm like, what do you mean there's no straws? I was just like, I guess in California, they're doing away with straws, or they started doing away with straws or whatever. And if you bring your own straw in, you can be fined. I'm like, I just paid $5 for this glass ass straw here. I'm not going to throw it away or leave it on the street. But I love the reason why they're doing that. It's because of the wildlife, which we are adopting sea animals. Seattle has banned them also. Yes. So the reason why, there's two reasons why I want to talk about this. Maggie Pearl says changing to paper straws. Well, guess what? That one took place in Florida, and in 2 years, there will be no straws at all. By 2020, there will be no straws at all. And I'm like, what? Yeah, that one was in Florida. But either way, if you bring in your own straw, you will be fined. I think if you bring in your own plastic straw, you'll be fine. If I bring in my own glass straw from my home, which I want to buy, I don't think they're going to fine me for that. Colorado's already changed. Yeah, there's a lot of places that have changed already. There was some bar in New York. They changed 3 or 4 months ago, and they said, we're fine. You know. But I love why they're doing it. They showed a picture of the sea turtle, and they yanked out a straw this long from its nose. And they had pliers and everything, just yanked out, and all his blood came out with it. And, but they're doing it. Now, I know at the zoo, there are no straws whatsoever. None. Unless you bring a glass one. It tastes funny through paper, but I understand. I remember being real young. We went somewhere and they had paper straws. No, I'll bring my own glass one. Thank you. And if they charge extra for a metal one and I go somewhere, I will pay the $1. Unless I'm taking it home. Then I'm like, no, I got my own straws at home. Thank you. Aggie, did your puppy go to the vet? But I love the fact they're doing it because of marine life. Which we adopt marine life, which I am thankful for. I really am. Especially, I wish they'd do away with those plastic things that hold 6 packs of cans together and stuff. Holly Gribble, hello. More than 20 years ago, I went to a concert at an outdoor amphitheater in St. Louis, and they didn't have straws at concessions to reduce garbage. Hell yeah. And the other reason is, and by the way, it's Nate or Nathan Phelps, not Nat. Oh, I actually wrote Nate. Who? Oh, boy, it shows you how I can't read. And the other reason is, oh my God. And do you know he kicked another employee in the stomach on his way out? They found him a couple blocks down the road and they arrested him. But can you believe the nerve of that guy wanting her job, wanting her to be fired? I cut the drink holders. Oh, I'm glad you do. You're right, I was wrong. No, it just shows you I can't read. I went ahead and wrote Nate anyway. They let him stay and eat too. No, they didn't. The manager gave him his money back, and he kicked another employee in the stomach on his way out. They didn't let him. I tell you what, that fucking manager is a wuss ass, and he should be fired. I wouldn't have given that guy his money back. I would have kicked his ass out. Les, you gave unboxing to do either. You have an unboxing to do either Thursday or Friday. Awesome. I will do it live. I will do it live, Maggie. Thank you. I will do the unboxing live. But that manager of that McDonald's should have been fired. I'm like, you wuss ass motherfucker. And that one employee's trying to hold her. I'm like, don't stop her from beating him. Get over there and get him and have him let her go. That's the only reason why she went at him. Now, apparently, this is not a new thing. This is not a new thing. McDonald's. Now, I watched three different types of freakouts today. And they were all on. I watched probably about 10 altogether. But they were all on fast food restaurants. And they were Wendy's, McDonald's, and Burger King. And the worst ones came from Wendy's. I said, so I'm going to hang out at our fast food restaurants for a week between 4 and 9. I'm just going to hang out there just see if I get anything. Are you going to show it? Do you want me to show it? I can screen share it. I can show it. Hey, I'll watch maybe only once. Some I haven't yet. Yeah, I'm like, no, you should watch it maybe like 10 times, 30, 40, until it wears out. Watch it. All right, let me go find it, and I'll screen share it. Oh, my God. I tell you what. I don't need that. What I put in, man beats woman over. Oh, wait. Over. Yeah, gone. I have one downloaded, so. Okay. Let me get this ready to screen share. Okay. So, whoops. Whoops. Whoopsie. Liz, I hope you like suspense. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. All right, I'm getting ready to screen share this clip of this guy, the girl beating his shit out of this guy. He deserved it. But it's screen share. Da 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 da. Present to everyone. All righty. Here we go. There you go. Now, of course, that wasn't the whole entire thing, because after that, it showed where um he wanted her fired, and she's like, "You fixing to go to jail." But the manager was going to give her money back. Still have 9 more to send, but couldn't get them in the box. Maggie, that's fine. I'll be more than happy to pay. I will pay for that. So yeah, she walked to hell. So this is because he wanted straw. Yeah. Because straws aren't allowed to be out in the lobby anymore. They're behind the counter and you have to ask for it. Never sweet. Oh, Maggie, that's too kind of you. Yeah, all this is because he wanted a straw. He said all I did was ask you a question. He didn't know some lady beside him was recording it. What a douchebag. I'm sure if he can do that to a stranger, he probably did that shit at home too. Yeah. He was a little drunk. Or he had been drinking. But all for a straw. It's not that serious. It's really not. Really? So why wouldn't he? She was going to give him a straw. She was telling him the new law. But he didn't ask for it. He was yelling at her because there was none out in the lobby. And she was trying to tell him. And so when the witness finally turned her camera on because they were arguing, she just turned it on when he grabbed her. But the witness said that he was yelling at her and he wouldn't listen. You know, she's like, it's the law. And so he was really cursing her out. And she started to get upset. And right when the witness turned the camera on, that's when she caught the good stuff. First world problems. Yeah, straws. I mean, really, I will drink my drink, honestly, regular style. I don't care. Just make sure I have a lid so it doesn't spill. Just drink it out of the glass or the cup. The only time I have a problem with that is like in restaurants, because I know how they wash the dishes, and some of the guys, there's like water on when you take the tray out of the dishwasher and there's water on the thing. They'll just put the cups there. I'm like, you don't do that. I said, people drink out of this shit. They used to hate me. But apparently, this is nothing new. Mother Earth, hello. Good morrow to you too. Apparently, this is not a new thing. I watched another one, and I wish I could find it again, where this girl was at McDonald's, and she was belligerent and stuff, and she was cussing at the workers. Well, she cussed out the shift leader, started cussing her out, and then she started cussing about her mama. And so the girl was picking shit up and throwing it back over the counter. And so this girl was a little thing and was throwing shit. Well, the shift leader was this, all right, giant. And she was a big girl. Like bigger than me girl. And that girl, literally, the assistant, the shift leader, that little girl tried to get in one swing. That's about all she got. That woman pummeled that customer. And not only that, she picked her up and threw her on a table. And so they tried to break it up. And there was another employee who tried to get this girl off. And she tried to go. She had her separated. And then that little ass thing had to sit there and cuss that girl out. So that girl started pummeling the customer. And I was like, holy shit. So that girl got off the little petite girl, And she started in on this shift manager again. And I'm like, woman, stop. You're not proving anything except for you're getting thrown around. It was just. So apparently this is an epidemic for all fast food workers. So I'm going to have to check mine out. Mine in this town. Dead serious. I'm going to see if anything goes on at Wendy's first, though. Probably not. Not in my town. I don't think it happens. I mean, there's people who are assholes, and I've been one of them. There are some people who are assholes, but nothing like that. I'd probably have to go to NERC. So, yeah, this is going to be one of those investigative journalism things that's going to take me forever to get info on, but I'm going to see how my town stacks up. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about getting spy glasses. I'm thinking about it. So that way I can record without people thinking I'm recording. Oh, yeah. So, anywho, wouldn't that be funny? I think some people go into places just to be assholes. I do too. And honestly, some of these customers, I want to sit there and smack them. I'm like, dude, she just serves the food. She didn't fucking make it. I said no mayonnaise. I'm going to sue you. I'll be glad to make you another one. No, just give me my money back and I'm going to sue. Well, good luck with that. I'm dead serious. What's another one that I like? People go in all the time trying to get free food. Because you know McDonald's won't take the food back. You know. I always return the food. I said, I know you got to throw it away, but just to show, I always take the food in and say, look, this was not made right. I understand, it could have been an accidental pickup. They could have made mine right and it was given to somebody else and vice versa. You don't know. Because the people actually putting it on the tray and shit, they just go by what's there. They're like, okay, they said this is this number. Okay, there you go. You don't know. I saw one where this lady, I guess she had been to a McDonald's several times, and their milkshake machine has been down, and she wanted a milkshake bad. And so, he has milk in his cup, and he said, I'm trying to fix the machine. It's broke, And she's like, well, I suggest you get back here and fix it, don't you? He said, I'm working on it. Well, she started yelling at the manager. You're not doing it to me this time. You're not doing it to me this time. You're not doing it again to me. I want my milkshake. I would have said, Dairy Queen's down the road. Everyone has a lawyer and going to sue lately. Oh, yeah, I love that one. You can contact my lawyer. I'm like, dude, you don't look like you can sit there and afford flip-flops, let alone on a lawyer, really? It's not that serious, folks. This one guy was like bitching because he was at McDonald's and his Big Mac didn't have its second patty, which I'm guilty of getting one of those, you guys. I am so guilty of getting one of those. I ate it anyway. Dead serious. Eat it anyway. I did. So I rarely get exactly what I asked for. I rarely get. Me going out to eat is such a waste of time. It really is. Oh, my poor hair. Look, you can tell it was wet. Oh, I can't wait to get my hair cut. Let's see. There was plenty of these types. People just go in and beat the crap and just go off on restaurant workers and fast food workers. Look, this one girl was saying, bitching about her food. She's like, I have money. You working at Burger King. I have money. And I was like, well, if you have as much money as you claiming that you have, you wouldn't be eating at Burger King. But I really think some people do go in places to be assholes. I really do. I'm gonna have to go up on 21st Street. They're more active than here in Heath. Heath is pretty laid back. Although they do have their moments. But North 21st Street in Newark, yeah, that tends to get a little rowdy. Especially at night. I had to go there at night with TJ's because that's when all the drunks come in. Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to go there at like 1 o'clock in the morning and stay. Get a good seat and just watch the drunks come in. Oh, yeah. Or Taco Bell. Hey, the frozen Coke machine is broken. A lot of Burger King. I'm sad, but I get over it. Hey, yeah. Yeah. It doesn't, at Burger King, it seems like a lot of their machinery just breaks down all the time. You are lucky to get something extra like that here. Like, can't tell you how many times ago, and there are milkshake machines now. I can't tell you. I don't even ask for it because it's like one of the very few things that I'll get from Burger King because I don't like their food. I'm like, a fish sandwich should have tartar sauce, not mayo. But I will get their fish sandwich once in a while. Or Whaler or BK Big Fish now. I will get that, but I don't think I've eaten in Burger King in like 3 years. I don't like the fries, nothing. I just don't. No, scratch that. I think it was early this year. I got a cheeseburger from there. 1 cheeseburger. But if I'm going to get a burger, I want to go to Wendy's. I go to McDonald's for fish. Fish and hot fries. They're excellent if you ask for it, made fresh. And I do. Everything I order, I said I want it all made fresh. So one time, they gave me my fish sandwiches, and I said I want it made fresh. They put it back in the fryer. And that thing was like cardboard. I had to come back. And I said, look, I get fish here all the time. I asked for this to be freshly made. And I opened it up. Said, does this look freshly made? This thing was put back in the fryer because it was nice and hot. But it was brown as brown could be, and it was like a cardboard. So I asked them nicely. I said, I understand you get busy, this and that. And so they didn't go overboard with the tartar sauce, and then they made it right there, fresh. I said, hey, I got time. If you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. That's all there is to it. But yeah, Burger King, it seems like all their machines are always down all the time. Wendy's chili, dunk the fries into the chili, yum. I like to dunk the fries into a Frosty. Don't ask me why. And of course, I had to go and show my granddaughter that. So now that's what she likes. She wants ice cream or Frosty or something and dip her fries in it. And the other day, I taught Zach, I'm like, Zach, we got pizza. Hi, Les, just woke up. Hazelite, hello. How are you? Julie Brown's like, oh, yeah. Well, the other day, I ordered pizza. Papa John's was having this thing. All their pizzas were half off. So they got a large. I got a medium. And yeah, it was Papa John's. Was it? Or was it Pizza Hut? I think it was Pizza Hut. It was Pizza Hut. It was Pizza Hut. So Zach, I found out, is a pizza eating fool for his 2-year-old self. Oh my God, he ate 3 pieces of pizza. Well, anyway, so I told him, I got out the ranch dressing. I said, Zach, you got to try this. So I put a little bit on his plate. And he's looking at me, and I said, watch Guillermo. So I cut my pizza. I ate my pizza with a fork, and I dip it in there. I said, look, that's so good. So he tried it. And he took a big old bite, and he was like, his eyes got really big, so I had to put a little more ranch on there. And he ended up having ranch all over his mouth, but he loved it. He loved it. His dad, Chris, is probably going to go, oh, Miss Les, stop it. Yeah, well, Guillermo's got it like that. So he was either doing it because he really liked it, or he was doing it because Guillermo was eating it. He's definitely. I did not know how much he was my boy until past couple times. It was all about Guillermo. I like ranch with my pizza too. So do I. I don't eat it all the time with it. I really don't. But every once in a while, I just like a little bit on there. Zach just loaded it up. I was like, dude, you're gonna slow down on that ranch. But he liked it, so he got it more on him than in him. But he was doing a job on it. And I was like, napkin. So he's learning his manners. Because Gemma Leslie was using her napkin. Julie Brown, I like ranch on everything. Hell yeah. It makes vegetables better. Like, I like ranch on cauliflower, raw cauliflower. I like ranch on that. I don't do broccoli. No, can't do that. But I do like ranch on cauliflower. So I don't eat it very often, but I do like it. I eat ranch on everything but my salad. If I have to, I will. But I prefer French, or especially what I grew up on was a brand called Catalina. That's what I was raised on, Catalina. And that's what I love on my salads. That or French. I will eat ranch on my salad if I have to. I like ranch on my potato skins. I like ranch on my mozzarella sticks or marinara. You know, that kind of thing. I like it on stuffed mushrooms or deep fried mushrooms. I hate blue cheese dressing on everything. Yeah, Hazel likes her blue cheese. She likes the blue cheese. Yeah. So I'm going to be doing something with these freak out videos at fast food restaurants. I don't think. Look, they don't get paid enough. They don't get paid enough to be insulted. They really don't. Some of those people are there through college. Some are doing it for a second income. Some are doing it as for extra money for their home. They don't need to be insulted. They really don't. Nobody gets paid like that to get insulted. Somebody making $60 an hour certainly doesn't want to be insulted like that. So why should you do it to them? I was watching a few videos today. I was busy doing other stuff, but I did get a chance to watch a few videos today, and I was enjoying what I was watching. Of course, I was watching Ear Cleaning and Dr. Pimple Popper. I have to. I'm addicted. I'm addicted to those. But I like people who get angry citizens. I'm like, what the hell you angry for? Ain't got nothing to do with you. I love it. They just poked their nose in. Why can't I be there when shit like that happens? Oh my God. I want to be there. I'll probably end up getting my ass kicked one day or arrested. But my mom will pay my bail. She's not going to see one of her kids sit in jail. I'll be like, Mom, you and Dad need to bail me out. I didn't do nothing for real this time. Oh my God, I can't do the Dr. Pimple Popper show. I have too much of a weak stomach. Oh, I love Dr. Pimple Popper. Oh yeah, and it's funny is little Nina. I'll be sitting there, and she'll come up and she'll stand beside me and she'll put her arms around mine and just lay her head on my shoulder and just watch the hell out of them with me. She'll watch it for like half hour, 45 minutes. She just stands there and just watches it, and then she'll leave, and I'll be like, "Did you like that?" No. Then she comes back and watches more. I'm like, God, for somebody who doesn't like something. And I love ear cleaning too. I need to be an professional ear cleaner because I like the toys. Get to dig in someone's ear, get to dig crud out, and you get all these toys to do it with. Dead serious. I like it. Let's see, what else was I watching today? Mainly, I was just watching the freakouts. Some federal employees, part-time, fast food restaurants, and Uber drivers. Yeah. Yep. I saw a video of a cop pulling over an Uber driver, and here the Uber driver was a lawyer. So here's my bar card. I've been a lawyer for 5 years. Why are you driving Uber? Extra money? Gave him something to do. He said, I know all the judges and everything. So they ended up letting him go. He said, I was just picking up a driver, is what he did. A passenger. He was picking up a fare. And they pulled his car over to arrest that guy. And they were making sure that he wasn't part of it. And he said, I'm recording. And he said, I was just picking him up. This is where I picked him up from. I was to take him there and then take him back home. So, yeah. So, heck yeah. They don't get paid enough to deal with all this crap. And why is everybody so angry all the time? I mean, really, it is just fast food, folks. You know, why are people so angry about it? If you're in a hurry, you should have left early. Because you guys know when, not saying you guys per se, I'm just saying people in general. You know when rush hour is, I know what time to go and not go. Really. If I want something real quick, I'm like, I got a doctor's appointment. I'll wait till I'm done. Dead serious. I'll wait till I'm done. Because I'm like, I know it's going to be busy. So, you know. What can we say? Well, you guys, why is a lot of the world angry? I don't know. I really think everybody needs to take a life. They ought to find like a real chill pill and put it in the water. Crush it up and put it in the water. Because it's not that serious. Now, I can understand if you order a $200 a plate dinner and you get a filet mignon was part of the, 8-course meal you're getting ready to eat. And it's either overcooked or it's bloody. It's either a bloody mess or shoe leather. I can understand. This guy ate over half of a pizza, a large pizza, or no, one of those XLs from, I think it's Papa John's or something. They got one of those XL pizzas. Ate over half of it, brought it back, and said, "We realized it wasn't made right. We want our money back." And the ship manager was like, "No, I'm not going to do it." He got mad. He got mad. And I'm like, "Why are you getting mad? You ate almost the damn pizza. Could you not tell it was not made right when you looked at it? Instead of eating almost all of it?" So he was going to sue. Insulted the shift worker so much. And then he's going to sue. He wants the manager. He wants the corporate. Trust me, people. Corporate's not going to do much. They're really not. They don't care. I didn't catch it, and I don't usually do politics, so usually starts an argument. So, yeah. But it is 2 o'clock, y'all, and it's about time for me to get off of here. Not me, Snicker. May watch later. Les running for president. Yes, I am. I am running for prez. Les for prez. That will also be on my green screen and with me in my little red, white, and blue hat. Oh, sorry, my bad. Oh, that's all right, Snicker. It's okay. It's okay. With my little, and I'm gonna get a whole outfit. I'm dead serious. I'm gonna get a whole outfit. Les for prez. Wouldn't that be funny if somebody like me said that and started out on YouTube or Facebook and ended up getting elected? I'll be like, well, you want to see skeletons in my closet? Right there it is. Got soundboard and a judge robe. But I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope everybody enjoyed tonight's little story. And vote for you. I would vote for you, Les. Thank you. I appreciate that. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I hope everybody liked the story. I want to thank everyone for being here, commenting, and joining in on the conversation. And I'm sorry, I can't read and talk at the same time too often, so, But I hope everybody has a great night and a great day. And we'll talk later. See y'all tomorrow. Bye.